Hey guys, welcome to this week's Catalyst, the podcast. I'm very excited to share a few things with you guys that really stuck out to me this week. We typically have a guest on, and the reason is not only do we have so much talent throughout the company, but so many different perspectives. And I always love to have in the field, in the fight, people training. And this past week, I was sitting back and I go, you know what? I'm going to go take some leads. I'm going to go sit down with clients. One, because I love to do it. And two, because we have so many new agents coming on, I kind of felt like I was losing my connectivity with the field and the new agent. And I really wanted to be the agent I want to hire. And then we're continually hiring. And so I said, you know what, let's get out there. Let's make it happen. Let's book some appointments. And these are some things that really, really stood out to me because I don't like talking about in-home and things like that if you're not doing it, which is so awesome about our company because there's always people who are doing it, but we're looking to grow exponentially, not just like little ticks. So it's like, let's hit the gas, man. Let's hit the gas. There's no time to be messing around. The clients need us. New agents need the inspiration. And it's the right thing to do. So these three things stood out to me this week, and I'm going to take some time and break them down. And these are all things that all of us can be great at. And I think sometimes when we're coming on, or a lot of times, some of these things are overlooked. We maybe look a little bit too deep in the wrong direction with these things. So I'm going to dial it in on these three specific things, and hopefully it will help your business out as much as it helped mine when they were explained to me. So there's three things that everybody can be great at in this business. And the first thing is be great at getting leads. So I'll tell you all three right now, then I'm gonna break it down. Great at getting leads. Great at picking up the phone. And great at getting in front of people. I remember when Mark Mead first explained this to us, it was probably 6-7 years ago. Maybe 5 years ago that he explained this. And I was like, man, I'm missing it. But I can do that. So the first thing is get great at getting leads. I was terrible when we first started Family First Life trying to get leads because I was getting spoon-fed leads. And, I wasn't really responsible for the flow of my business, but I was also at a 55% comp. So at Family First Life, you're at 100, 110, 120 plus, you're responsible for getting your leads. And I think through that, I think we have to teach how to get good at getting leads. So first thing I want to talk about is CRM. All right. The CRM, we have a ton of different leads in the CRM. I think it's important to understand the frequency leads are uploaded on the CRM and how to go about it. How often should you be checking the CRM, et cetera. So I'm a huge fan. I've never been in a situation to where it's like, there's no leads, right? So you may look in the CRM and there's no leads, but then you look back in 2 minutes and there's 3. And then you look back in 4 minutes and then there's 5. Then you look back in 10 minutes, there's 0. Then you look back in 5 minutes and there's 35. That's how it happens. So some folks, they're really good at getting leads. And I think everybody can be really good at getting leads. We just have to understand how aggressive and intentional we have to be to make sure it happens. I'm in San Diego. If you look in the CRM right now, there's probably 2 leads in there or 0 leads. I'm 100% sure within the next hour and a half, 2 hours, if I pay attention and I need the leads, I will accumulate 30 to 50 leads over the next 2 hours. It's almost like a guarantee. That's how fast leads are coming in. But also, we got to be aware that that's how hungry other agents are. So you have got to be crazy, crazy hungry. Don't think just because, there's only 2, it's not worth it. Yeah, if that was going to be your lead investment all week, that wouldn't make sense. But if you're going to go in there 4, 5, 6, 8 times throughout the day, I'm sure you will make it happen. There's times to where I put leads in my cart and then I go back, click on the county again, and there's 2 more. Click on it again by the time you just never know. So if you want the leads, they're there. Get crazy aggressive with it. Be on it. Set your alerts. So if you go in the CRM, go to your county, you can click on the top. It says set alerts. Make sure that box is checked. And then you're going to get an email every single time. After you get that email, check it immediately. If you get an email at 9 a.m. saying there's 35 leads in Contra Costa County, don't wait until like, hey, at my lunch, I'm going to do that. No, do it now. You have this crazy paranoia that somebody is going to take your leads. Because when I look at the leads in certain counties that I run in, those are my leads. And if there are no leads there, that means I wasn't aggressive enough and somebody else woke up earlier than me, was more intentional, was on the CRM more than me. And I can't live with that. So there's some places to where, if, say you're in Chicago, Illinois, you can go on Sunday night, buy your leads. You don't have to be great at getting leads in an area like that because there's so many coming in and also a lack of agents. So will it always be that way? No, there'll be more agents there. It won't always be like that. But in most places, you have to be intentional with your leads. So if you plan to dial on Monday and you're in an area that has 0, 3, 10 leads at a time when you look in the CRM, I would start getting leads for that dial day on Monday, probably on Wednesday. And if it was really low, I would just be checking them every single day, multiple times a day. It would be I would leave the CRM open on my phone, right? And on my computer. Just leave it open. So every time you go in, you just refresh. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm 100% sure you will solve your lead lack of leads. You will solve that. Okay, it's not that there's not leads, it's that you're not on the CRM enough. And I know when I saw that, I was like, man, this is crazy. I wonder how many people know this. I wonder how many people know that if there's 10 leads in there at 8:04 or no leads at 8:04, at 8:06 there could be 12. Why would they think that coming in? So I'm imploring you, and not, you shouldn't know this, educating you on leads are getting uploaded all the time, all day. So there's always going to be leads if you want the leads. So have fun with that. And as it comes to mail drops, I would drop mail. Okay, drop more mail than you think. Don't drop 1,000 pieces. You want to be great at getting leads? Make sure that you're dropping enough mail to get the return that you're going to need. All right? And I just think that when you do more, you get more. And you'd be like, well, that's obvious. Well, not so much sometimes. Okay, not so much sometimes. Sometimes it's like, well, let me do a little, see if it works. See, when you have a little bit, see if it's work mentality, most likely it's not going to work. But if you have this abundance mentality of, hey, if I just get a lot, if I buy a lot, drop a lot of mail, a lot is going to come back. And by default, I don't even have to sell a lot to get a lot. And that's the beauty of getting great at getting leads. You have so many leads. You have so many options that the last person who's going to lose is you. See, when you don't have enough leads, God, it's a crazy bet, man. And you got to be real skillful, not intentional, but skillful. I'd rather just live in the world of intention. I want to be intentionally aggressive with my leads, intentionally knowing my area, the frequency, the how many leads come in, how often do I need to be on there? And in San Diego, guys, I need to be on the CRM all day, basically. Does that mean I'm sitting there looking at it? No, it just means it's there. Think about, boom, hop on there. You know, we're always doing stuff. As much as you check Facebook and Instagram, check the CRM. You will have leads. I promise you. Second thing, all right, getting great at picking up the phone. I haven't always been that good at picking up the phone. And picking up the phone is not the same as your approach and your script. Okay, picking up the phone is being ready. Is being ready at 7:30 to hit the call button. And following up with that, it's being ready after call 1 to hit call 2. See, our minds have to be so in a place to just go, or else we will paralyze ourselves. And I mean that by, if our leads aren't ready. If we plan on dialing at 7:30, get your leads ready the night before, or wake up 4:30, 5 o'clock and get them all set. But if your mind ain't right and you're thinking, well, I got to start at 7:30, but my leads aren't really ready. And then you kind of halfway start and you're kind of still trying to figure stuff out. It slows down you picking up the phone. You're not great at picking up the phone no more. We have to create an environment for ourselves to grow. An environment for ourselves to say it doesn't matter, just to push. So at 7:30, I want to be prepared to start calling. And I want to dial minimally. I'm going to talk about manual dials because I'm just not hip with phone burner. But the manual dials, you should be dialing at least 40 outgoing calls an hour. Anything less than 40 outgoing calls, we're focused on stuff and doing stuff that we shouldn't be doing. We're looking at maps. We're looking at products. We're quoting stuff. We got excited about an appointment that we booked. We got deflated by somebody who told us F off. Whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. Being great at picking up the phone is taking your emotions out of it. Being great at picking up the phone is making sure that you know where you're going, that you always know that this is a numbers game. Emotions don't help the numbers. So let me just keep piling through. Let me keep piling through. So it's, hey, I book you, click, see you tomorrow at 5, click, pick up the next lead. One thing I love the most about watching live dials is I get to see guys like Easton and Brittany and our girls like Brittany and guys like Easton, Zach, a whole bunch of Michael Curtis. I get to see how fast they call leads. Like how they are just on, off. Good, bad, or indifferent, they're on, off. When I started good, bad, or indifferent, I was on, off forever. All forever, doing stuff, getting lunch, doing this, doing that. And I just rode this wave of excitement or depression, I guess, of a failure, whatever I said failure was. So be great at picking up the phone. Start at 7:30, prepare the night before or prepare in the morning and be ready to rip. Do not think in between the calls. Do not think I did well, I did bad. It doesn't matter until you're doing 40 calls an hour. You start doing 40 calls an hour, and I think with phone burner, it's probably like 70, 80, I don't know. But 40 calls an hour manually, and you're still having issues, now we got things to work on. Now you got a lot of people that you've talked to. You got a lot of uncomfortability that you had about calling people multiple times. You at 40 dials an hour, you're overcoming so much stuff. And that's why anybody can be great at picking up the phone. They're like, well, I'm great at booking. Okay, just they fill out a form. You're great at calling enough and taking the emotions out of it. So then it looks like you book a lot of people because you're not emotional when you do or when you don't. It's big, big stuff. So number 1, get great at getting leads. Number 2, get great at picking up the phone. Start on time. No lag time in between calls. Number 3, get great at getting in front of people. I believe they kind of go, they go in this order. And yes, that's the order that we go see them, but I think one builds on the other. I think when you buy a lot of leads and you're great at getting leads, you have confidence to get on the phone. I think when you have confidence to get on the phone, you take your emotions out of it because you know why you're there. And then when you get to the home and you're great at getting in front of people, little things that they say, do, doesn't bother you, doesn't get in the way. And what I mean by that is, so I had just earlier today, okay, I ran an appointment and I show up at the house and the wife answers the door and she goes, oh, I forgot you were coming. I go, sweet, I didn't forget. So you want me to take my shoes off? She goes, oh, well, my husband is, hold on, let me check. She goes inside, comes back. No, we're going to have to reschedule. And we totally forgot that you were going to come. And I said, well, I definitely didn't forget. Okay. And that's why we called you yesterday for the appointment. They don't have me come out here more than once. All right. So I'm only here now. If you want, I can go run. I have one right up the street and that'll take me like 10, 15 minutes. Then I can come back probably like 20. Or we can just do it now. She said, okay, let me see. She went inside, came back, said, hey, come in. Now, some folks may go, well, that's pushy. Or why not just reschedule? They're not ready. You're in customer service. I'm in life insurance sales. I'm in the business of helping people who ask for it. I think when we understand that people just say stuff and what they think is not important, as in meet with a sales dude, 9:30 in the morning, Might be sitting there in your underwear, like, just where they may for a second think this isn't important. I have to let them know that it is important. And not to this, oh, you don't care about your family, or no, none of that. It's that I'm busy. We had a ton of forms. We got a lot of people, and I'm here now. And it's not going to take long. All right, I'm not going to poke and prod. You don't got to pee in a cup. Got a few questions for you, and then we'll be done. I was in and out of there in like 25, 30 minutes. Helped him out with a $30,000 policy. $112 a month. He's happy as can be. He was declined by another carrier about 6 months ago, and they told him that they were still working on something to try to figure it out. There's no shot. He's 50 years old with diabetes. It's not happening. And they knew that, which is why they were online, which is why they were looking for insurance. And the lead was like $9. But the moral of the story is, don't take that stuff at the door. It could be, I'm sick. Yeah, I don't believe in getting sick. Would you want me to take my shoes off? Well, I'm busy right now. Yeah, so am I. I've been running like a dog today. This is going to take 5 minutes. Want me to take my shoes off? Well, hey, can we reschedule? Yeah, we could, but I got like 1,000 of these every single day, so we'll probably never get back to you. So let's just do it now. All right? I'll make sure you get the short one. We'll do it now. Want me to take my shoes off? Another way of getting great at getting in front of people is not answering the phone on run days. So if a client calls me on a run day, I ignore it. You're like, really? They're calling to cancel. No, they're calling to tell me that they want to cancel and that they're going to be home. They're going to lie and say they're not going to be home. Something came up, but they're going to be home. So you show up anyways. I've experienced so many times of people call. I had a guy who actually called. He called me and told me, hey, my sister's in the hospital. I will not be able to meet with you. Can we reschedule? On my voicemail. So I listened to it. And as a new agent, I did not listen to it. So I'm going to give you some advice. New agent, don't listen to it. It's not going to do anything good for you. But I was doing it for a little bit. I knew what I was going to do anyways. But he said, my sister's in the hospital. I can't meet. Can we reschedule? I show up anyways. He answers the door. He don't say a word about his sister in the hospital at all. Doesn't say a word about calling me. Doesn't say a word about, hey, I called you. Nothing. Wrote him up and went on my way. No, I didn't say anything to him. All right, because it is what it is. We knew. But the moral of the story is, when you know that folks fill out a form for insurance or a request for insurance, nothing that they say before they get the insurance should matter to you. But when we think it's a mistake, when we think, they're just kind of curious, or, when we think that they're doing us a favor and we're not serving them and helping them, and sometimes serving them and helping them is being straight up, is letting them know that this is, that this is the real deal. The worst thing you can do is, yeah, what time works best for you? Well, yeah, can we reschedule? Yeah, whenever's best for you. Now, all they heard is, wow, you got nothing else to do? See, when you say, hey, I'm here now, all right, and I can come back in like 30 minutes after my next one, I can try, but I'm here now. So can you just like put some clothes on and like we can take care of this? And they're like, wow, this is serious. In a good way. He's serious. She's serious. They're about their business. Those three things are all things that we can be great at. I don't care if you're a new agent, if you've been around a minute, if you're having crazy good success, you're probably already doing them. You can do them better, teach them. But get great at getting leads. Get great at picking up the phone. And get great at getting in front of people. It's massive stuff. You will see your business explode when you start doing those little things that build confidence, build trust, and you will yield and see the result. So thank you for taking the time. I look forward to being in the field with you. All right. I look forward to sharing things, perspective. I look forward to you sharing your story. I look forward to you sharing things that you're picking up and changing not only your client's life with the help of insurance, but your family's lives with the profitability and confidence that you're going to start walking with. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Later, y'all.